There's a really big reason why I wanted to watch this anime, and I was hyped up for it. Not because it was a musical moe anime, cat girls, but because of this. Yeah, I found out when I was in Japan. This cute music anime doesn't know whether it wants to be a kids show or a mature show. Hello everyone, I'm Joe and Yoon, welcome to another edition of Yoon Anime Review, and this episode, Show by Rock. The story starts off as Xian is struggling to join the school's band due to her shyness to communicate with others. However, although she is a shy and a bit of a klutz, she's actually a rather talented musician. Xian decides to wait another day before asking to join the band until one night while she was playing a music game on her phone, she gets sucked into that mobile gaming world known as Midi City. There is a crisis in Midi City where these gigantic beings known as Dark Monsters are threatening to capture the hearts of every musician in the city. Xian quickly defeats one of these monsters with the help of her new guitar and is scouted by an agency to come and join the band, known as Plasmagica. Now this band aims to get big around the city while also dealing with the inside issues with the band members, while also trying to prevent the darkness from destroying everything. The show's pacing is kind of fast, given the fact that this show looks a lot like a kids show. Every problem is usually solved within the episode that it's introduced. Problems seem to come and go too quickly. Now if this is a kids show, that's usually fine. But the problem I have with the story is that there are some dark or mature parts in the story. There are some sexualized scenes and some disturbing scenes, which might not be right for a kid. However, because the show feels structured towards a young target audience, with every episode feeling like something new, the plot does take itself to different scenarios ranging from enjoyable ones to less than enjoyable ones. But like the pacing of the show, the conflict and issues felt like they were solved too quickly. This is kind of given off in the first episode when Xian realized she's been sucked into another world, but doesn't seem to care. Xian is the main protagonist of the show. She was transformed into a cat girl when she entered Midi City. Now she is a nervous, shy and clumsy girl with the talent to play the guitar incredibly. Her goal is to simply play in a band, so when Plasmagica asked her to join, she greatly accepted. Xian fulfills the role of the character with a pure heart, as she's trying to make sure the band doesn't have any conflict, and she doesn't want to be seen as a burden as well. During the course of the series, we get to see her grow from a measly nervous high school girl student who can't enter a band, to a girl who's full of confidence in her music play, which she has plenty of. The leader of Plasmagica is Chichu, a rabbit girl. She tries to play the big sis to everyone, making sure the band works hard, as she believes the better the band, the better chance she has of a solo career. However, because of her wanting to pursue a solo career, she gets jealous when Xian starts outshining her. Red Tori is the basis of Plasmagica and a dog girl. She seems to appear as cold and cool as first, but this is an act to hide her sensitive and introverted side. She joins the band in order to make friends, and she also seems to have a crush on Xian. Moa is the band's drummer and a sheep girl. She pretty much fulfills the role as the happy girl. However, she never really has any problem in the show. Only the fact that she's from outer space, and the problem that they gave her was that does she want to go back home to space or stay with the band, which was solved very quickly. Show by Rock has a huge range of supporting characters, each one of them just as enjoyable. Plasmagica's brother band, Shinkan Crimson, I would say is more enjoyable to watch than Plasmagica, as the guys all have such a cool dynamic that makes them shine. There are multiple bands that play in the anime, so there's a good decent chunk of supporting characters playing with different music. However, overall, the character interactions along with the story felt rushed, as their interactions with each other felt like they ended too quickly. The characters may be likable due to their wide range of personalities, but none of them have interesting backstories that added towards the plot that much. They felt like they were just there for the sake of having multiple bands. The art style is very cute and moe, with every character being made to look very cute with blushes everywhere. The colors is very bright to show the cutesy light-hearted art style. Every character has a unique design, but for some reason, the others look like chibis all the time, which gives the vibe you can't be a performer if you're short. The art style is fine, however, there is some fan stuff that really gets in their way and distracts from the cute art style, which is rather weird. For a music anime, I expect the musical performance to be the best part of the anime. Sadly, it's the worst part of the anime, because every performance actually puts all the characters into some CGI world, which looks bare bones. The performance looks simplified, there is really no atmosphere to them. Also, the dark monsters don't look all that well animated. In fact, the whole sequence in 3D world looks kinda clunky. Because of the art style and the choice to go 3D, I have a feeling that they were trying to appeal to kids, which is fine. if it wasn't for the parts that it tries to be really mature. Honestly, why couldn't we have a performance where it was beautifully animated in 2D instead of 3D? The music being played, however, is kind of enjoyable to listen to. It's just ruined by the performance, but only slightly. If you take that away, it's still enjoyable to listen to. The music is what you expect from this type of genre. It's really catchy and upbeat most of the time. Also because there's a lot of different bands in the anime, we get a nice range from traditional music to heavy metal to pop, etc. And I find them all rather enjoyable. I only wish there was more and longer performances because some of the performances were either cut short to fight darkness or they showed the spectators backstage. But I also guess fewer performances is a good thing so we don't have to watch that CGI. I had a lot of high expectations going into this anime, which was ruined by the 3D animation. If there were more better done 2D animation performances in this anime, I think I would have loved it more. I find the target audience of this anime quite confusing as it has some mature themes in it, but the style of it is kind of for kids of this generation. Some of the comments centered towards kids jokes and some of the others are a bit more mature. The characters are enjoyable to watch though, giving more music and variety to listen to, where there's a pretty good range of different rock tracks to be heard. I just wish some of them were longer to listen to. However, I think the story issues were solved way too quickly and the music performance in the show was too little, as we didn't get enough to experience it. For a story show by Rock, I give it a 5, as I found it is a rather basic story, stopping monsters from taking over, the fact that the show doesn't really know if it wants to be a kids show or a more mature show, also the fact that almost every issue is solved really quickly, all with usually the same method. For the animation sound, they get a 4 and 8 from me. The moe outside is fine for me, may not appeal to other people, but the 3D animation just really lets down the entire anime, because when you're watching a music anime you expect the performances to be great, however in this case it's the worst part of the show. Everything was bland and clunky. The soundtrack however is pretty good because there's a huge range of different rock tracks to be heard, and each one of them is enjoyable. Only wish some of them was longer. For the characters, they get a 7 from me. Even though some of their interactions felt rushed, the main character's story were interesting enough. The supporting cast is a likable cast and really adds dynamic to the show, especially Shinkai and Crimson, which I found more enjoyable than Plasmagica. It's just that the supporting characters were there for the sake of having lots of bands. For my own personal enjoyment, I give it a 6, as I couldn't really decide whether this was a kids show or a slightly more mature show. The story felt rather rushed, but the characters were likable somehow. The performances, however, were the most disappointing part of the show because of the animation. Only the music was saving them. It sucks because for a music anime, I'm expecting to enjoy the performances the most, but they were the least enjoyable to watch. For the overall score of Show by Rock, I give it a 6 out of 10. The music sort of saves their performances, but not a whole lot. The story and the characters are bearable enough to find it enjoyable, but the target audience is left to be desired. I recommend this anime to maybe music fans. Just have in your mind, the 3D animation isn't really eye-catching. Well, that's it for this edition of your anime review. Like always, you want to read the written review, link is down below in the description, straight to my anime. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. If you can't bother, go watch another video. And with that all said and done, if I ever got transported to that world, I think I would like to be a Joey! A kangaroo Joey! Yeah, that's it. And I'll get to see Ritori, best girl. Sayonara!